right now in the state of Massachusetts where people are being fined for not having purchased health care, but choose to accept the fine because they still can't afford it even with the subsidies. And they are then worse off. They then have no health care and are paying a fine above and beyond that.
Wait a minute. That's what's happening right now with the national health care law. And whether the president intended to or not, the fact is the CBO is estimating that 4 million Americans who do not sign up for this will be paying the penalty for this, including 1 million poor Americans. Don't say this young lady didn't warn you. Former Lieutenant Governor of New York, Betsy McCoy, the only person in the country who has memorized this law word for word, which is a tragic indictment of Ms. McCoy.
Well, first of all,
you
these
were warning
penalties
that
are
this
bigger than most people have heard.
Absolutely.
You know, you hear this number, $95 all the time. That's only if you're in $9,500 a year. The fact is the penalty this year is 1% of your adjusted gross income, plus another 1% if your spouse is a non-earner, right? Plus another 0.5% for each of your kids.
So how high could it go?
So it could go probably this year 3% for a family of 4 with 1 breadwinner, 6.5% by 2016.
Hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Right.
Okay, so we should explain to a lot of folks that the idea with the health law was that the individual mandate required that you were mandated to get coverage, and if you didn't, that's fine, but you're going to pay this penalty. The argument was that most would not be caught in that vice and not have to worry.
In fact,
now you're looking at least 4 million who will be.
That's a real underestimate. First of all, most of the people who are caught in this penalty can't afford it.
What's conservative?
Well, two-thirds of them are eligible for subsidies. So say if it's a family of 4 with 1 breadwinner, they're earning less than $92,000 a year. So having to pay out $3,000 for nothing
what
really
happens
hurts.
to them if they don't pay that penalty?
Well, they can't get their tax refund. No, they can't be imprisoned. Their wages can't be garnered, but they could lose part of their refund.
But so
that's
one way or the other,
IRS enforces
Lawrence, one way or the other, they're going to have to pay.
Right.
They're going to have to pay.
And
the question is how many.
And it's going to be a lot more than the 4 million, and here's why.
You always depress me, because every time I think it's bad, you say it's worse. Every time I think it's worse, you say it's even worse than worse.
Well, look, the CBO told us just last week that they can't calculate what the law is going to cost or anything else. The fact is that
Is the 1 million figure conservative?
Pardon me?
Is the 1 million figure, don't you give me that look. Is the 1 million figure conservative? Do you think it's going to be more than 1 million?
Oh, far more. Let me explain why. Because millions of people who have on-the-job coverage and they have small group health plans provided by their employer, their employer is not going to be able to renew those plans, and when the employer looks at the cost of the Obamacare compliant plan, it's going to be too much. Their employer is going to drop them, and when they go to the exchange, they're going to see it's a raw deal.
Now you're talking. Okay, so Lauren, how bad do you think it gets?
Really bad, and if you put a price tag on it, conservatively, $4 billion is what they could ostensibly be collecting in fees for not having the health insurance.
Guys,
they're going to broaden the exemption.
That's all coming out of the taxpayer, guys.
It's after
These
the
people
election,
can't
so
afford
who says
it.
they're going to broaden the exemption?
Okay, that's
well, you know, but she raised a good point. We're going to broaden the exemption. You and I will have to pay for that broadened exemption.
That's exactly
it's after the election.
The taxpayer, because these people can't afford it.
They talked about hardships this spring. All the people who will be eligible for an undefined hardship of one sort or another. Let's see what actually happens.
Watch the premiums go up to pay for this low end, you guys.
Really?
Has anything in the ACA actually gone off on schedule?
You walk into a hospital, they're going to just stick a syringe in you. All right, I don't know. When we come back.